Hello, this is Spacedraptor for Spacedraptor Gaming, and today what I'd like to talk about is new school versus old school shooters. And I'm not going to say one or the other is better. I'm saying they've all got their own. I tell you what I prefer, if I'm honest, and this is my own personal preference. I'm not saying it's better, it's just my preference, is the old school shooters. And the reason for that is because a lot of your new school shooters, like Call of Duty and Halo and everything else that has followed, just basically copying the pattern, has regenerating health. And it also, you've got this carrying only 2 weapons system, which, can be, a strategy that you will play within the game, but when absolutely every single game does it, it becomes dull. And the same with regenerating health. And one of the things I've noticed about regenerating health in a game is when you're hiding behind cover, that's dead time in the game. That is downtime. You are not playing, you're hiding behind a wall. And this slows down gameplay. Simple as. When you find you've got health packs in a game, you find that your gameplay really speeds up. And I kind of like this. I like the old school feel of the twitch shooting and the reaction times and everything. And I do, and this is somewhere in between. It's not very twitchy. It's got some elements of the modern shooter in it, but it's definitely got that retro, feel to it. I like this film grain that's going on at the moment. It makes it look like a B horror movie. These aren't zombies that you're fighting in this. These are specimens, not zombies. And it does actually play very much like Call of Duty Zombies, but without the regenerating health. I don't think either game copied each other. They both got their own merits. But just as a personal point of view, this is my argument for preferring the old school shooters. The other thing with the old school shooters is they all kind of had their own identity. What do I mean by that is Serious Sam feels nothing like Duke Nukem, although it is quite similar actually, Duke Nukem to Serious Sam, but not that similar that you think it's the same game, just being rehashed. So yeah, you've got all these and then you've got this versus Red Orchestra, which is another tripwire game. It's just totally different again. You've got the Serious Sam thing going on. You've got Doom. You've got Quake. They've got their own feel again. Them games, and I think it keeps things fresh. There's a new set of rules to learn with each game. Painkiller is another one that feels completely fresh and on its own, and you have to learn the rules of each game as you play them and master them, and that takes a little bit of time. The thing with the new school shooters is once you've kind of played one, you kind of know the rules, so you don't have to have it explained to you each and every single time, because you've got it. It's just the same game with a different skin, and this kind of bores me now. And it kind of, everything's following the Halo way of doing things, really. And Halo started it with the regenerating health and the only carrying 2 weapons system, and Call of Duty followed on from that, and they now call that the modern school of shooting, and it definitely has a definite style of play. And if you played you know, a couple of games like that, that's absolutely fine, and it's great because it's a different system again, and it can be fresh when taken in context like that. But then when every single game that is coming out follows that exact same formula, things start getting stale really, really fast. Like, you've got a Call of Duty game coming out every single year, which really is it's the same game getting reskinned, really. It's the same engine, you know, they don't have to do anything with the artificial intelligence, all that's worked out. All they have to do is reskin it with a different levels, slightly different story, and yeah, that's how they can bring out a game every 12 months, literally. They make sure it's got no bugs, and that's fair enough. I must admit, Activision do really, really well at that. Usually games are quite flawless, although I do believe the new version of Black Ops 3 is a little bit buggy on PC. I don't know, but that's the first one I've heard of, actually. They're usually very well optimized as well, and that's been very positive about the Activision Call of Duty series. It's usually developed within an inch of its life. But that's because they're using the same game engine, and basically it's the same thing getting rehashed over and over again. I'm just really, really bored with it. Yes, there's a Killing Floor 2 that's come out, but the difference being is this originally came out in 2009, and now in 2015 they decided they want to do Killing Floor 2. And you know, it's got something new to add in gameplay wise and graphically as well. You're going to see a big difference in the graphics, you know, all power to them, you know what I mean. I can't fault them for bringing a second game out in a 6-year time frame. Same with Doom. You kind of get, last Doom was what, 2005, and there's going to be a new Doom in 2016. That's been 11 years between Doom games. I kind of think, well, fair play, you can do another Doom game if you want. Although, to be fair, I don't think anything beats the original Doom games, the DOS versions of them games. I think they had a character all of their own, and I don't think the new Doom games really do them justice. They may have better graphics and everything else, but I don't think they do the old games justice. I think they were a game all of their own, and unfortunately, technology changes, and sometimes you can't make a old school game like that out of the new technology. I think it loses something in translation. But you tell me what you think in the comments below. Is it just me? Are you absolutely fed up? There are some developers that are making good shooters out there that don't follow the norm. The Stalker series is absolutely phenomenal. That's a really good series of games. I really liked what the Metro Games did, and they brought, again, it's another Polish company. City Interactive Games, I kind of quite like what they do with the Enemy Front game, although it was quite buggy, Enemy Front. Everybody said it had a broken stealth mechanic, and it didn't. It had a perfectly good working stealth mechanic that people weren't understanding, I feel. They were like shooting over a loud noise and going, well, the stealth mechanic doesn't work because the enemies shouldn't even be able to hear that. But what they failed to figure out with that is the enemies also had line of sight with each other, and that's how intelligent the artificial intelligence system was on it. Basically, if they had line of sight, even if you shot a bullet when there was a noise overhead to muffle the sound, if they had line of sight and they saw the enemy going down, saw their friend going down at least, it alerted them, and that's how good that stealth system actually was. And if you work with it, it brought out some really rewarding gameplay. but there was some bugs in the game. Unfortunately, I found a lot of enemies glitching out and things like that, and things that really shouldn't have been there, especially at the £44 price mark. I didn't pay that for it, and I felt like I got my money's worth out of that game. It's very rewarding, very challenging, because it's part stealth, part shooting, but it's got its own identity, that's what I'm saying, and it's one of the very few new school games that I think has really had its own identity, and I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the romp back to World War II shooters, because everybody kind of was doing modern warfare kind of shooters. Now everybody's doing futuristic military shooters, and I think everybody kind of follows each other on this, and there's nobody willing to take a chance on a World War II shooter. And that's a pity, you know what I mean? Because historically they're not selling very well. So, you know, publishers don't want to take that risk. I think that's a bit short-sighted, because without new IPs, things are going to get even more stale. They're stale now, because if you look at just what's come out in November, we've had Fallout 4. I'm not dissing any of these games, I'm just saying they're repeats of what was already been out before. You got Fallout 4, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Need for fucking Speed. You know what I'm saying? We've seen all these games before. Where's the fresh games? Where's the fresh stuff? I only find companies like City Interactive and Tripwire Interactive and these companies that are trying to at least bring you a new experience. We call them old school shooters, but you know, I just think they're trying to bring you new gameplay. Anyway, that's my rant. You tell me what you think in the comments below. Give this a thumbs up if you've liked it. If not, I will see you next time anyway. Bye for now.